Hello! Welcome back, everyone. It is January 17th, 1942, and another turn of Yamamoto's Folly continuing struggle against the Allies. Last turn we had some interesting developments, with me flying some attack missions on Batavia's port, where we found all sorts of carriers and damaged some of them badly. Now you see me running this night attack mission against the port as well, hoping to get lucky. I didn't, of course. A 3% moonlight is not helping me here, though it is a clear sky. I will not be attacking the port again this turn, and that's because my opponent isn't stupid. Piratejoe is not going to not put cap up above Batavia this turn after my bombers hit it with no opposition. I'm almost 100% sure on that. As a player, I certainly wouldn't leave 80 ships in port without cap again after they got smacked by Betties. So I fully expect him to have heavy cap above Batavia, and my Betties would just go in and die if I did that attack mission. I do have plans for them. We're not going to just ignore all those damaged ships there, but it won't happen. Our plans won't happen this turn, I guess is what I'm saying. We need to have a sinking ship there. I'll have to see what it was. It may have been one of my submarines. And we're already on to the air phase. I'm sweeping Akyab. Unsuccessfully, I might add. Look at these kills on my zeros. Just absolutely terrible. What is going on? 3 of my zeros destroyed. None of is capped down. Wow. So he's patrolling at 33,000. He's patrolling really high. I still should have gotten the dive bonus on him. Yeah, painful for my zeros. It looks like he has 3 different squadrons here, all French. The French do have good planes, good pilots, so I'm going to have to be careful with this. I was hoping to start destroying some. Looks like that's not going to work. I do sweep with my Oscars over Batavia. As you notice, he does have cap over the hex now. Actually, this is next to Batavia. This is an adjacent hex. Another sweep. Looks like it's going to go poorly as well. Yikes. Yikes, guys. And 2 more zeros destroyed. No gain. I have to figure out what to do about that. I have to figure it out. I can't keep losing zeros like that, but I can't let him build up fighters at Akyab either. So we sweep over Port Moresby again. This sweep is more successful, and we take out a Buffalo to no losses. We continue to bomb here at Rangoon and do a little bit more damage. We're just going to continue to beat these base forces up and infantry groups up until I feel that they're going to be prime or soft enough for me to attack again. Last time, our attack did not go well. It wasn't disastrous, but it was not the success that I wanted it to be. And so we obviously need to do a little more damage to strut some more troops. Results like this, with 2 combat squads destroyed and 6 disabled, that's going to go a long way to help us find success here at Rangoon. Finally, we take out a DYT 520, but man, it took a lot of losses to get there. There we go again. Okay, 2 more destroyed. So, looks like what happened is in the previous caps, in the previous engagements, he had his planes already in the air. Now that we've worn him down a little bit, the he has to climb. He has to scramble up to the altitude that my zeros are at, so my zeros get that definitive dive bonus when that happens. Damaged a few Catalinas on the ground at Cebu. Continuing to bomb at Kwangchawan. And continuing to bomb here at Nanchang. We also go after this. There's two units here, kind of southwest of Kaifeng, and he's beginning to move with them to try to block some of my roads and rail lines again. I don't want that to happen, so we're putting some bombs in them until we can get our own units there. Not sure why we're not seeing any success at Nanchang. We are a little bit high, I think. Actually, they're at 11,000, but I think it's because of the heavy rain and the hex. The weather's been poor. A little sweep there. Lost a Lily to flak. Unfortunately, overran Goon. Good damage there, 8 disabled squads. Going after this little group north of Patao. Catalinas try to attack us at Talad Irlanden. This is where I pulled my invasion task forces back to after spotting those carriers down here. Because I didn't know if the carriers were going to come up here or up here. Either way, they could have threatened forces headed to Samarinda or forces headed to Anbon. So I just pulled back for the time being until I have good eyes on the carriers and I can move forces in to really prevent him from taking out those invasion forces. Do take out another plane at... actually, it's him sweeping me now, a D520, and we managed to take it out. Lose another Sally to flak, unfortunately. Do good damage, though. Sweeping again here at Port Moresby and take out a Buffalo. We're on to the PM phase. So again, not super exciting today as far as air combat. I go after Kwangchawan with about everything. We do lose a Betty to flak. We do good casualties here, inflict good damage. That's good because I will be doing a deliberate attack here at Kwangchawan today. Able to flak, unfortunately. Lilies fly to Kukong, where there's another group of forces here. Sally's as well. Sally's can't reach Kwangchawan, which is why they're going after Kukong instead. Another force that I need to soften up and push back. I've said it before, China really was a mess for me this game. I underestimated the Chinese order of battle in Focus Pacific. I underestimated how strong those Chinese corps were compared to the stock game. And then I made the cardinal sin of distributing my forces and trying to take a bunch of targets at once. You know, I went after Changsha, I went down here after Nanning, I went after Kukong, I went after Kwangchawan, I went over after a few targets in the north. So I didn't have one big spearhead that I could kind of steamroll him with. Instead, I had all these smaller forces that he was able to defend against and even push back and in some cases take little territory from me. So bad play on my part, kind of shows some of my inexperience when it comes to playing playing as Japan. But it is what it is, and I'm now happy with the progress we're making up north. And hopefully this Qingchaoan attack will go well. He has had no chance to build forts because I have kept the runway damage on Qingchaoan going pretty much since December 7th. The French units here are strong, and he also moved a Chinese division, I'm pretty sure that I saw that, from Pakhoi. Pretty sure I saw one moving a few weeks ago, and so I think there's a Chinese division here. He could have quite a bit of AV, and it's tough AV as well. So we'll see what happens. Doing a little of that bombing of Port Moresby. We lose a Betty. Don't do any damage. That's disappointing. Continue to bomb Ambon. Destroy a couple Catalinas or damage a couple. And that's it for the air phase. So yeah, pretty uneventful today. I think things are going to pick up tomorrow again. Bombard here north of Nanyang again. He's trying to move back now that he sees these forces headed to Sian. I now notice that he's trying to get back out to Sian and block these forces, but my forces are armor, so they're going to get there first, I think. Okay, so he does not have the Chinese division here. I was incorrect. And the Naval Guard is down to 0 AV already. I wonder if that was from the bombing. Oh, nice. So that went much better than it could have. Much better than I expected it to, honestly. Really minimal casualties on our end. And the great news is that we destroy all those squads and all those units. They don't get to run away. So one of the reasons that we were able to do that is the way that we kind of came in here. We kind of cut off his possible exits from the hex. So good. So Qingchaoan is a big pickup. It's a big pickup because it has good industry, has decent airfield, but it also has production, has like factories. So we just picked up some additional factories for Japan, which is awesome. Not something you get to do very often as Japan. It's actually pick up new air factories. They bombard me at Shenyang, I think kind of feeling me out here. We get to see what he has too. A lot of big forces here. Definitely outnumbers me by quite a bit. I do have a couple good divisions here, but some of my divisions are pretty beat up. Yeah, look at all these beat up divisions here. But the 32nd, the 15th, the 116th, they're going to hold the lines for me, I think. So he does have 3,400 AV in that hex. Holy cow. I only have 1,600. I'm going to have to check to see what my forts are like. I do have some tank divisions that I pulled out of Mukden. And they are close. I believe they're right up here. So they're close to Sian, and they'll provide a lot of hard AV backbone for me at Shenyang shortly. And here comes the shock attack of Chainsaw. Again, I'm shocked that these units are still around. 61 to 1. One of them is destroyed. And that looks like it for the turn. We're going to take a little bit of a look around the map, talk about some things that are going on. We'll get into our losses for the day, and that'll be it. Okay, so great that we picked up Qingchaoan. Really happy about that. The point value isn't high, but there's oil there, there's refinery, there's heavy industry. And there's also a shipyard, AFV assembly, and there's that refinery. Oil as well, resources. So yeah, lots of good stuff here happening at Qingchaoan. We're going to produce there. It's fine. We don't need to repair, but... So, I was wrong about the aircraft assembly. Evidently that goes away when you capture the Hex. That's sad. But we do get that AFV assembly, so that's nice. And the oil is nice. And the heavy industry. Yeah, it's a good pickup no matter what. It really is. Alright. So that's good for us. Here's these units of tanks. Have about 800 AV here, almost all armored. Actually, 600 of it is armored. Then there's the 210 infantry. They're going to be a little bit slower, but everything else is making its way to Cyan, where the last time I had good recon of the Hex, and I'll fly some more recon missions there shortly. He only had 1 unit. And I think he's not going to be able to stand in this clear terrain versus these tanks. You can see here, north of Nanyang, where we kind of encountered this blocking force and have been tied up with them. With this other push that I made, he's now trying to move that blocking force back to get to Cyan. He sees the threat of these units, but like I said, their armor, they're going to get there, I think, even with this major road, before he does, because he can't afford to take his units out of combat mode to get there. He's going to have to try to move in combat mode, whereas I can use move mode to get to Cyan. I also have another group here, just the armored car company here, but followed by 900 AV of other forces that are also making this push to Cyan. Making good progress with these Mongolian cavalry squads. Wow, can't talk. In the north, they're headed up to probably here, and then they'll cut across to Quichon and take that Hex to really start cutting off northern China from southern China. In Rangoon, of course, we're just beating up these forces. And I have 2 divisions here. Royal Thai divisions aren't the strongest in the game, but they should be enough to take Mikitla and Tuangi. I really need a pronunciation guide because I'm terrible at it, and I don't mean to offend anyone with my butchering of their language, so I apologize about that. Now, some of you are probably wondering about Batavia. We have not seen any ships leave Batavia. And look at that, 79 ships still in port, including 3 CVLs. So we're pretty sure they're still there. So we're going to take advantage of that, right? We're going to try to capitalize on that, I should say. He does have a lot of forces in the area. He's got a carrier group here. Not good for me. He's got tons of land-based air in this area, but we're gonna try for it nonetheless. So I have a lot of groups ready to go, including carrier group here, and including our CVE group here. And we have a decent amount of land-based air at Sinkoang and Kuching to help cover. So all of that will be headed down near Batavia next turn, and we're going to try to demolish that port. That'll be the plan. That will be the plan. We'll see how it works out. So that's about it for the turn. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you on the Discord. Take care, everyone.